Russell Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos, making them instant contenders. All I can say is this. Eagles, it's time to get DK Metcalf. Dallas still stinks. Man, jeez. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and we got major, huge breaking news right now. Lucky for me, I was walking in the house for lunch. I get an hour lunch break just in time to see that Russell Wilson is traded to the Denver Broncos. Making them, in my opinion, instant contenders in the NFL. My gosh, what a huge trade. Before we start, gotta say this. If you haven't, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and if you've been subscribed for a while, double check and just make sure you're still subscribed. I've had a lot of people getting unsubscribed unknowingly, so please double check. Now, we got a lot going on. It is going to be a busy week. The rumors are going to start coming. We got free agency get ready to start. We're going to see certain trades going down. And to me, we had two major things happen today. One, Aaron Rodgers stays with Green Bay, signs a mega deal, right? Highest paid player in NFL history. Great, okay, whatever. That's Aaron Rodgers. But the guy that I've been talking about, the guy that I've been saying, if there's one guy that you make a trade for, it has to be Russell Wilson. If you get that opportunity, you do it. You do it. Well, the Eagles didn't do it. The Denver Broncos did. And they gave up a huge haul. Let me look at this here because the details of what was exchanged is just coming out. Okay, so the Broncos get Russell Wilson and a 4th-round pick. The Seahawks get 2 first-round picks. I said team wouldn't have to give up 3, but get this. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-rounder, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, and Noah Fant. That is a huge haul for the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, that's a lot. You're talking about a 33-year-old quarterback, and that tells me that the Seahawks, they know he still has 3-4 years left, and the Broncos are counting on the same thing. To me, with Sutton and Judy, I think the Denver Broncos will be contenders in the AFC. Now, the AFC is a lot tougher than the NFC, no question about it. But the only thing that really can hold this up is Russell Wilson has to give his approval. If he doesn't approve of this trade, it won't go through. He has a no trade clause. My guess is they have some sort of idea that he would go to Denver. And this is kind of what Denver has done before. They like getting these older quarterbacks that still have a few years left, and they take a shot. Obviously, it worked with the Rams last year, and now you look at the Denver Broncos, and they're pretty much all in. I totally get it. I think Russell Wilson is one of those special guys, and you got to take a shot on him. You do it. As for the Seahawks, I'm instantly, as soon as I saw this trade, I thought they're going to get Malik Willis. They're going to go get themselves a quarterback in this draft, obviously. So I look for a guy like him now to head to Seattle, possibly. The question is this, and this is what matters for the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? What is Seattle going to do with DK Metcalf? Now, the fact that Russell Wilson is being traded, to me, means that that whole roster pretty much is open for possibility of being traded, because obviously the Seattle Seahawks are going to have to rebuild here, okay? So they may look to move a guy like a DK Metcalf in the last year of his contract. And to me, if Howie Roseman has the opportunity to make a wrong a right, getting J.J. Whiteside was a wrong. But if you can get DK Metcalf, get him. What will he cost? I don't know. But go get him. The Eagles need to be very aggressive in getting DK Metcalf. He is, to me, the best complement, the best guy that you could put the opposite of Devontae Smith. So if you're given that opportunity, you got to do it. Now, we're going to see guys start coming off the free agency market. Guys are getting franchised. Guys are re-signing. I had heard the other day that Mike Williams was going to be franchised, but it turns out he was able to work out a contract with the Chargers. He just signed a 3-year deal. Mike Williams is off the board. Okay? So now, what are people going to look at? They're going to look at Allen Robinson. They're going to look at DJ Chark. I'm going to be talking about Christian Kirk, maybe Juju, who I just did a video on, released earlier today. So we're going to see what happens. But to me, this Seattle Seahawks Broncos trade, sending Russell Wilson to Denver, I think it has to open the door for DK Metcalf. It has to, right? They have to be looking to overhaul that complete roster, start over, and I think DK Metcalf, I think the Eagles should jump all over it. Jump all over it, okay? Now, what else does this mean for the Eagles that Russell Wilson is traded? In my personal opinion, this solidifies Jalen Hurts as the starter next year. I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want Derek Carr. I don't want Kirk Cousins. None of those guys appealed to me like Russell Wilson did. Russell Wilson was an exception because of the kind of player he is. The only guy now that would be worth it, in my opinion, would be a Deshaun Watson who is cleared of all charges. That's the problem. He hasn't been cleared of all charges. Now, it was interesting earlier because there was an article out that Joe Banner was saying that he still thinks the Eagles are going to be the favorite to land Deshaun Watson. We heard again yesterday that the Eagles have once again sent private investigators to investigate the Deshaun Watson situation. So, is that a possibility? I have to say no. I still don't think you can do it with his off-the-field stuff. But it is interesting that Joe Banner said it, and there was an article on it, and then when I went to go click on the article to link it up to this video, I couldn't find it again. I don't know if it was taken down or moved, but I couldn't find it. But essentially, Banner was saying that he thought the Eagles would be the team most likely to get a Deshaun Watson. I don't see it happening. I think at this point, you know for sure you're going to have Jalen Hurts as your starting quarterback. Once Russell Wilson came off the board and gets traded, to me you have to go back to Jalen Hurts. You have to. Deshaun Watson, he may not even see the field this year again. And then, to me, there's no other quarterbacks. So we got to focus on building this offense in terms of adding a veteran wide receiver. You may want to add another running back. I still think you need interior line help. Okay? Help Jalen Hurts however you can. And, of course, invest in defense, too. You got to build that defense up. And then we have to hope that Jalen Hurts takes the next step, especially in the passing game. If he can do that, great, we're good. If he doesn't, then the Eagles are going to have to get a quarterback. Okay, they're going to have to. But we're going to find out over the course of the year. I think that Denver gave up a ton for Russell Wilson. I would have given up similar. Maybe not the 2 second rounds. I probably would have backed off of that. But, I mean, I can't blame Seattle for trading him, making that move. And I can't blame Denver for taking a chance on it. I mean, it's worked for them in the past, getting an older veteran quarterback. Think of Peyton Manning, right? So I think Denver's an instant contender. This is going to be a crazy offseason. There is going to be a lot of moving parts. There's going to be a lot of moves. What the Eagles are planning, I don't know. But, hey, listen. I knew that they weren't going to get Russell Wilson anyways. He was just the one guy I said, if you have the opportunity and you can get him, you get him. Otherwise, you stick with Jalen Hurts. So that's what the Eagles got to do. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Sometimes you just have to play things out. Sometimes I go to the store and I'm walking down an aisle, and I'm putting stuff there, and somebody taps me on the shoulder and they say, Denzel Washington, what are you doing in this town? How come you're here? Can I have your autograph? And then I have to explain to them, I'm not Denzel Washington. I just look exactly like him. You know, so my point is, besides the fact that I look like Denzel Washington, is sometimes you just have to play things out. You have to see how things go. And I think that's what you have to do with Jalen Hurts at this point. You're going to have to play it out and see if he can develop. I don't see any other way at this point. There's nobody to me that is a significant upgrade at the quarterback position in terms of who I think you can win with long term. That I would invest in. I wouldn't invest in Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't invest in Jimmy Garoppolo. I would invest in those guys and then get locked down in a situation where I'm in the NFL purgatory. Stick with Hurts in his cheap contract. Keep Minshew. If you want to have an open competition, do it. But you gotta at this point with Russell Wilson off the board, you gotta go with Jalen Hurts. I don't think there's any other way, and we're gonna see what happens. But in the meantime, build around him on offense and definitely build up that defense. This is going to get crazy. That's a hell of a trade, man. That is a lot of players. That is a lot of draft picks, and I gotta think Seattle's going to be the favorite or one of the favorites to land Malik Willis. And if this can, I don't know what number Denver is giving up, but I'm assuming it's one of their top 10 picks. If this lands a quarterback in the top 10, it only helps the Eagles in the draft position. But watch out. Things are about to get fast and furious this offseason. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Absolutely insane. Russell Wilson, man. And there's more breaking news now. They're saying that the Packers are going to most likely tag Davante Adams. So the players are coming off the board quick. I hope Howie Roseman is ready. I hope he's got his pencil protector. He's got his calculator. He's calculating the calculations. And he starts to make moves because these players are going to come off the board so fast. The offseason hasn't even started yet. And bing, bang, boom, bam. Look. Russell Wilson's already gone. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Denzel Washington. Out.